Yes! Woo! Hello, everyone. Welcome to BayernNow, the ultimate Bayern Munich fan channel. I feel like a kid right now. Matthijs, Ligt, baby. I'm telling you. Wow, if Brazzo pulls off this transfer window, best sporting director in history. I take back everything I said. Ligt is exactly who I've been talking about for weeks. Koulibaly and Ligt. Either one of them worked for me. We need a leader at the back. This kid captained Ajax at the age of 18. That's a new level of crazy. Ajax, man, we're not talking about a team with just nobody in it. He had all sorts of players around him, and he held the captain's armband at the age of 18. Ligt is exactly what Bayern Munich needs, a leader at the back to replace Alaba, to replace the better parts of Hummels. He's the defender we've been waiting for. He doesn't make mistakes. He's a defensive maestro, man. He keeps the house on lockdown. I need me Matthijs, the lawyer, the defender at the back, man. He's going to argue our case in front of these strikers. Man, Matthijs, the lawyer, looks like he's coming to Bayern. So let me tell you a story, all right? I have not been paying much attention to other clubs' transfers. Apparently, Chelsea really want Ligt. I don't know why. I guess they need a center back because Rudiger and Christensen are going to Real Madrid and Barcelona respectively. So Bayern are also looking for a center back because we need one. Niklas Süle just left. I've been telling people we need a leader at the back. We need someone that's like a Virgil van Dijk, just stays there and leads the team. I don't care about their age. Lucas Hernandez is a world-class defender, but he's not a leader. He doesn't take the responsibility that a captain might take in that sort of scenario. And Ligt is exactly who I've been talking about. My younger option, which was more expensive and probably less attainable, was Matthijs Ligt. The cheaper and older and more experienced option was Koulibaly. We talked about it so much on these live streams. So Chelsea wanted Ligt, willing to pay the money. But guess what, baby? Guess what? Ligt has verbally agreed personal terms with Bayern. So this is coming in from all sorts of journalists. At first, a few days ago, I was like, all right, it's just one of those transfer links, because I don't talk about things anymore until they're concrete, until I feel there's enough evidence to make a whole live stream on it, because I don't want to look stupid when he eventually signs for someone else. This is different. This is different. Wow, this is different. So basically, Chelsea want a defender. They have the money in the world, but Ligt wants to join Bayern, and Bayern are racing Chelsea for him. It looked like he was going to Chelsea. In fact, it looked like he was signing a new contract. I thought he was negotiating another deal with Juventus. I remember reading one of those stories here on a live stream to explain why we should go for Koulibaly, because we're never going to get Ligt. Everyone knows I've been talking about this baller for years. So out of nowhere, the contract talks with Juventus have stopped. Maybe that's his agent trying to get some things out there into the world to get Ligt more money from Juventus. Perhaps that's the case. But this is just different. This feels different. It feels more concrete. Everyone's talking about it. There's something to it. Ligt wanted to join Bayern in 2019. We just didn't afford him. We didn't have enough money. Juventus did. And now he wants to leave Juventus. Maybe he feels, all right, my time here is over. Juventus isn't the best club in Serie A anymore. And I need to go be at a world-class club that's ran really well and is consistent with my ambitions. Looks like Pina Zahavi. No. Mino Raiola, the late Mino Raiola, his agency really loves Bayern all of a sudden. Gravenberg, Nusar Mazararu, all Mino Raiola clients. So Bayern are building a relationship with Mino and his, I guess the late Mino Raiola. It's still the same family, also the same lawyer. I don't know. Is her name Maxence or something? I don't know. I know it's the one agency, literally. Rafaela Paminta. So that's another member in that Mino Raiola team. So all these players are managed by Mino Raiola still, technically. And his brother, Vincenzo, I think. Maybe that's his son, not sure. So This is huge, man. This is big for FC Bayern. If we can complete this deal, we are going to be set for life, I'm telling you. So DiMarzio said Bayern's interest in De Ligt is concrete, but he said something. The Dutchman is also Thomas Tuchel's first choice at Chelsea. The player would prefer a league to the Premier League. Well, that's false, because De Ligt is a Bayern fan. He is. We know this. There have been stories about it. And the whole thing about the Premier League, there was a counter story to that, saying that's just someone putting that out there that he prefers a move to the Premier League. So someone from Juventus to get a higher fee. Juventus know they're losing him one way or the other. They want the highest fee possible. But the decision lies on De Ligt. Does he want to join Chelsea or Bayern? It's going to be Bayern for him. And that's why it's so close. Bayern just have the pull, baby. We're top 3 club in Europe. History is there. I'm telling you right now, we signed De Ligt. We're winning the Champions League. Because that's exactly what we need. This player that performs in the Champions League. De Ligt is a big game player, little game player. He's a leader. That's what he is. We need more leadership at the back. Who's our center back leader right now? Nianzou, Upamecano, Lucas Hernandez? Nah, man. Lucas is world class, but he's not a leader. He doesn't lead the team, because that's what leaders do. Upamecano has his on and off days, but he's not a leader. He's just really not. He has days where he's world class and days where he's trash class. Pavard ain't a leader. Mascherano is not going to be a leader. Maybe that's another reason De Ligt wants to join. He might have played with Mascherano and all these kids, and he knows them. So he might feel like, all right, look, I want to go to Bayern. I know these people. Okay, is Alphonso Davies a leader? You can argue he leads by example, but we need the leadership that's just someone that's just there at the back and they just do things. We had Alaba. Even in his left back days, he was leading the team. We had Philipp Lahm leading the team. We had Boateng, not the most archetypical leader, that's even a word, but he was leading the team. We had Mats Hummels in his prime. He was leading the back line, one of the best defenders in the world. Now he's slow as hell, but he was leading. Who do we have now? No one. We need a leader, and that's why our defense is so disorganized. Not because we don't have good defenders. We don't have defenders that can lead the back line. I want someone to tell Lucas, this is where you're going to be, or point, do things. Van Dijk does it for Liverpool. You see Van Dijk defending, and it's like he defends with his mind. He's telling his teammates where to go. I remember this clip where he was telling people, go here and defend Messi. Remember Koulibaly? Koulibaly pushed Mario Rui to defending Mbappe. There was this one scene where Mbappe was coming in, and Koulibaly knew where Mbappe wanted to go. And Mario Rui was just standing there. And Koulibaly gave him a little boost, and Mario Rui ended up defending Mbappe. So I'm telling you, those are the sort of leaders we need. We didn't have one. We haven't had one really since Philipp Lahm left. Kimmich was a leader there at the back for about 2 seasons, and now he's in midfield. But we need a center back, man, a big man. I want De Ligt, man. De Ligt's going to defend us at the back like a damn lawyer. I want this. Matthijs, the lawyer. So, according to Pletty, Bayern presented him with a clear plan, and he said yes. I watched the Pogmentary. So this is a Paul Pogba documentary on Prime Video. I had a lot of time to spare, so I was like, all right, let me watch this, because I like Pogba. Would never want to see him at Bayern, but I love him. I love his personality. I like how he thinks. He's not just a player; he's also a personality. He has apps. He's a fashion model. I love Pogba's style. It wouldn't be for my team, though. Hell no. Keep him away from here. But I was curious his relationship he had with his agents. Guys, we all think Mino Raiola's a prick. No, he's not. Because if he was such a prick, why is everyone choosing him? Why are these players going to him? Well, it's because he takes care of them. And I heard from this Raffaele Pimente, and that's their agency's lawyer. So this is the person that's negotiating the legal terms on the contract. Mino's the agent. He's negotiating as well, but Rafaela is the chick that puts the numbers down and makes sure that's a legally binding contract. She's their lawyer. And man, I was just listening to her talk about Paul Pogba and why, they want to build a project and what Man United lack. And I was like, man, she actually knows ball, man. Mino Raiola knows ball because he's talking about how United should be building a project around Pogba. The things a lot of fans have been saying, even the fans that hated Pogba, they still wanted United to build around him because they see the world-class ability he has. So when I was hearing the agent of this player talking like this, I was like, that's why these players choose these agents. They know ball. And I'm wondering if Mino Raiola's agency is just realizing Bayern is a great club for their clients because, one, Bayern has a clear direction of where they want to go. The project is clear, and they know those players will develop at Bayern, make a sufficient amount of money. That's what I'm thinking. It has to be the case. So Bayern is becoming more and more attractive the more clubs like PSG mess up a lot with these big stars. Because you could make a lot of money, but you didn't win the Champions League. You didn't compete for the Ballon d'Or. You didn't become a better version of yourself as a player. So I think that's what Mino Raiola is doing, man. Something really smart. And that's taking the late Mino Raiola, I guess his agency. They're taking their players to clubs that will develop them and keep their players at a world-class level, because that's not only good for their agency to recruit future players, it's good for the players as well to keep them great. And that's what's happening. That's what you see, right? Daniel Malin could have been hyped up to go to Man United. Instead, they sent him to Dortmund. So really smart business. Dumfries is at Inter. Moise Kean is at Juventus again, right? They're putting their players in good positions so they can play and be consistent. And I think it's a really smart strategy. So you have to respect it. You have to respect Mino Raiola, man. There's a lot of people that don't. Agents like Mino Raiola, yeah, they annoy you because they want all the money in the club, but they know how to treat their clients. So De Ligt is in the same scenario where they're choosing the best suitor for him as opposed to just the club that can pay the most money. Trust me, Chelsea can pay as much money as anyone out there. Chelsea can pay billions if they wanted to. Todd Bowley is a serious guy. He knows he wants Chelsea to be one of the biggest clubs in the world. So he's capable of paying money. So this is really interesting, man. This is interesting. There's Carrie Hu from Sports One saying Bayern have already verbally agreed terms and De Ligt wants to join Bayern. And then there's also sources saying Juventus want Pavard. He's in their short list for players to replace De Ligt, which is interesting because I would let Pavard go for free. No, seriously. Now there's sources, George Hosner, kicker, he's saying Pavard could leave Bayern this summer. Pavard wants to be a defensive leader at a top European club. Meanwhile, Bayern do not believe he has what it takes for this role, hence the interest in De Ligt. Pavard is not a defensive leader. He never will be. De Ligt is a defensive leader. So very, very interesting what's going on between Pavard, De Ligt. Benjamin Pavard could be in a deal to get De Ligt to Bayern, which would be a great signing, but it would probably I'd have a new question like, all right, Pavard was our right back option with Nassar Mazraoui coming in. Does Bo Nassar become our second right back now? Because I don't want that. So we need a new right back if Pavard leaves. And yeah, I think Pavard, his time at Bayern's over, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think he's going to stay at Bayern. I think there could be a scenario where Pavard still plays at right back until Mazraoui fits in, and then De Ligt is our starter. Because if we're paying $80 million for De Ligt, he better start. There's Nisar Kenzela of the Evening Standard in England saying Bayern are confident they can hijack Chelsea's bid for De Ligt. Bayern do not want to be drawn into a bidding war with their wealthier Premier League rivals and have instead worked on convincing the player to reject the move to Chelsea. And that's Bayern's strategy. And then there's more stories coming out. Barcelona will be back with a new bid for Robert Lewandowski. He's still the priority. They told them to wait a bit. So Barcelona are looking to get money for Lewandowski. Here's another update on De Ligt from Fabrizio Romano. Bayern already tried for De Ligt 2 weeks ago, but it wasn't a possibility because he was negotiating a new deal with Juventus. Talks have now stalled with Juve, and De Ligt is likely to move. Race between Bayern and Chelsea. I love Fabrizio. He's such a tap-in merchant. He said a whole lot of nothing without really saying anything. He didn't say where De Ligt was going or if he had personal terms agreed. DiMarzio did. Not DiMarzio. Someone else did. And I guess, what makes Fabrizio so reliable is probably the fact that he just tells you a transfer story weeks before it takes place or when it's already concrete. He's never in the guessing game. The other journalists do the actual dirty work of digging up stories and sometimes report stories that aren't even there. They get misled or something. So, and then there's another interesting update. There's just been update after update. Manuel Vet says, I have been told the player really wants to join the Rekordmeister, which is true. It is his preferred destination. Chelsea are also interested, of course, but talks about him wanting Premier League football over a move to Germany is about maximizing the fee. So I told you, sources from Juventus are probably getting it out there to the media that De Ligt wants to be in the Prem, and therefore Bayern will have to up their bid and their efforts to get him. If De Ligt wants to join Bayern, Juventus are going to have to think, well, he has a contract till 2024. If we let him stay here, he's going to be cheaper next year. This is their best time to sell him. He has 2 years left on his contract, and there's a little bit more flexibility as a club because he has 2 years. You can tie him down to that, but you can get more money now. So Juventus are probably thinking, we want to create a bidding war. Bayern are trying to include Pavard in a deal to lower the price of De Ligt, but at the moment, Juventus have no intention of accepting. The Italians want cash to reinvest on strengthening their squad, which is interesting because Juventus is also interested in Pavard. Juve are taking a back seat and observing the race between Bayern and Chelsea. The Bianconeri are hoping for a bidding war for the Dutchman. Yeah, I told you that. Both clubs are serious, and the next few days will be crucial. Wow. Benjamin Pavard is being eyed by Chelsea as an alternative for Matthijs de Ligt, with Bayern set to gazump them for the Dutchman. So that's interesting, man. This is coming from the Mirror, the Daily Mirror, which probably have absolutely no level of credibility to them. Leipzig coach Domenico Tedesco, by the way, Bayern, send me on Twitter is a great resource for these things because they dig up the stories and make them digestible to the average person. Tedesco says, Connie Limer feels good here. He's our player, and that's how we're planning. But of course, if a move were to happen, we won't wait until August 28th. There are deadlines. Interesting. So Leipzig are willing to let Limer's contract run down. Upamecano limped off the pitch today after today's training, but he didn't suffer an injury. Good. We don't want an injury to any of our players. Wow, I have talked for way too long without looking at the comments. I miss all of you. What are we saying, people? Are we saying De Ligt, best player in the world? Chelsea fans are saying the German media is lying. Well, it's not just the German media. You have DiMarzio saying Bayern's interest is concrete. You have Fabrizio Romano saying it's a race. We know De Ligt's a Bayern fan, has been for years. He wanted to join Bayern in 2019, but Juventus just came in and had the money, and Ajax accepted. And, Bayern's interest wasn't as concrete then. We had Niklas Zula, who had no prospect of leaving. Now he's gone. So we need a center back in that same mold. Zula wasn't as big of a leader as De Ligt is. I always said I want De Ligt, man. This is my guy. This is the guy we need at Bayern. And it looks like it's happening. If Brazzo pulls this off, frick me, I'm going to have to. Wow. Whoa. Why do my lips look cut? Gosh, look like steak. It must have been all that food I was eating in the last few days. By the way, happy 4th of July for the people that celebrated yesterday. It was raining where I lived, and we had plans, and none of them happened. It was the worst 4th of July ever. But happy birthday, America! I love you. But nah, seriously, this is the best day of my life. So Bayern are also interested in another Matthijs. His name is Matthijs Tel. Which is in Matthijs Tel. He's a French winger. He's 17. We bidded $7 million for him. Hey, this club is serious these days. I don't know why we do that. I feel like Vidovic is better. Like in my head, Vidovic is better. Because what has this kid proven to anyone? I wouldn't buy that guy, right? Matthijs Tel. Vidovic is more than capable of fulfilling the duty of being our youngster. Let's see what he does. Why would we buy this kid, plan him for the first team when we have Vidovic and Paul Vanner? I just don't think it's a good idea. Now he's a winger, so it might be for him to be out on the wings. But then we have Musiala, so we can play Musiala on the wings and develop him further. Not sure whose idea it is to bid $20 million for this kid. I just don't think it's worth it. So look, there's young French wingers that come up all the time. We can wait. Bayern are probably looking for the next Mbappe, but I don't care. I want us to wait. Just be patient, man. Just be patient. What are your thoughts of Ronaldo getting signed? If we sign Cristiano Ronaldo and not Matthijs de Ligt, I'd puke. Ronaldo's old. I made a video on that. He's old. It's over. For the CR70, CR37 fans, it's over, man. Ronaldo's dead. De Ligt is where the hood's attention span is at now. So for anyone that's just joining us, y'all know I love my De Ligt. This guy in 2019 was one of the best center backs in Europe. He was the best center back in Europe. Didn't he score against Juventus, score against Real Madrid? If Spurs didn't go on that wonderful comeback, Ajax would have been in the Champions League final. And I have this feeling that if Liverpool played the same way they played against Spurs and how they play in every final, Ajax might have beat them. Liverpool are trash in finals. Doesn't Klopp have a terrible final conversion rate? They get in finals and barely win them. Or they win them with no goals or something. It's crazy. But Ajax were led by De Ligt, man. That kid had the captain's armband. He went to Italy, the school for defenders. And now he's coming to Bayern Munich to be our lawyer, to defend at the back for us. That's what I want, man. I want De Ligt. The options were Koulibaly, which a lot of people said yes to because he was cheaper, older, and more experienced, and would have had a few years in his tank. And the better option was De Ligt, but we all thought he was too expensive. And he was also negotiating a new contract with Juve. And now that it seems like he's not negotiating a new contract with Juventus, and Chelsea are going for him, all of a sudden, Bayern have personal terms agreed because he wants to join Bayern. Now it's up to Bayern to pay Juventus a reasonable fee. I'm saying it's going to, if we're including Pavard in the deal, it's still going to be 80 million. Let's be honest, because Pavard ain't worth half of what De Ligt is. So what's up? I think how much did Juve pay for De Ligt? It's going to determine a lot, man. And it's also going to determine a lot if. Okay, hold on. If they actually want Pavard, because I'm kind of including Pavard in this. De Ligt transfer. Let's see. How much did Juve pay for De Ligt? God. $94 million. God damn. Damn, man. That was crazy. So they're going to want money, man. They're going to want money. It's not like De Ligt flopped at Juve. I mean, his first season was slow, but then he just gained it. And now he's like one of their most important players. I mean, you know how huge this is? We're taking a player from one of Juventus's best, we're taking Juventus's probably top 5 player of the season. That's how big this is. That's how big it is. So I mean, if Chelsea signed him, then fair freaking play. Like, I wish we would have signed him. But there's something tells me Bayern are probably going to try to give Pavard in there. We don't want to spend money, right? We have the money. It's not like Bayern are incapable of financing for transfers. We bought Lucas Hernandez for like $90 million. We spent money. We can spend money. And we have more money than anyone probably, or we have more potential to spend more money than anyone, because we're the only club in Europe that actually made a profit during COVID, which is kind of crazy to think about. That's just how well run the club is. But man, like, if I'd say go all out for De Ligt. Lucas Hernandez, we spent like 90 million on you. We can spend the same on De Ligt. Go all out for him. Sign the guy. He has a release clause that's 120 million. If Chelsea activate that, well, it depends on what De Ligt wants to do. If he doesn't want to join Chelsea, then it's Bayern. And Juventus are just going to have to accept whatever we say. But Juventus has more flexibility because the kid has 2 years left on his contract. So it is what it is. I do not want to see Chelsea sign De Ligt. Nothing would piss me off more. I imagine just seeing Chelsea fans in my DMs and in my live chats talking about me, Chelsea, we signed De Ligt. Look, and they don't even have Roman Abramovich. It would just suck more because I'm like, all right, they should have less money. Well, what kind of American is running Chelsea? What's Todd Bowley doing, man? What is he doing? Why is he spending money for this? What is this, man? Why is he spending money on Chelsea? Shouldn't he just suck it dry like the Glazers do at United? Come on, this is ridiculous. This is so ridiculous. After a move to Bayern fell through in 2019, Salihamidzic kept contact with De Ligt, which impressed the player a lot. Bayern are currently not aware of the exact asking price. Salihamidzic is planning to talk with Juventus in the next few days. Oh, come on, Brazo, man. You got to get on the phone now. If you want someone, you get them. Like, if you see a hot girl, you don't go, man, look, maybe she'll walk past me next week. Because, look, I just don't have the confidence right now. Nah, man. You go up to her. Go Andrew Tate on this hoe. Just pick her up and say, you're mine now. Wait, don't do that. That's sexual harassment. What are you doing? You're a freaking pervert. You're weird. Nah, but I'm saying if Bayern want De Ligt, just get him. Don't waste 2 years. Don't talk about your interests don't talk about anything. Just get the girl, bro. Don't go up to her talking about, oh, we could be friends. Nah, tell her you're taking her on a date. And if she says no, grab her and she's yours. No, that's still sexual harassment. You bloody pedophile. She's also 12. Why are you talking to a 12-year-old? Get whipped. Ah, you sick pervert. You probably like that. All right. Brazo is aware he will not get a discount from Juventus despite his past with the club. Juve will try to sell to the highest bidder. Chelsea are also in the running, but Bayern have an emotional advantage. De Ligt does not want to go to London, but to Munich. An emotional advantage. What the hell is an emotional advantage? What is it? When in the world is that? That's some Man United trash. Talking about emotional attachment to the player and he wants to join. What is this, man? What's going on? This is ridiculous. So the move would certainly not fail because of the salary. De Ligt is not interested in getting that in the biggest pay, as several sources have confirmed. Wow. The Dutchman also wants to make the move to Munich. He would have liked to move 3 years ago. So De Ligt wants to go to Bayern. He's a Bayern fan. He's one of those closet Bayern fans that just didn't want to say it because he was at Ajax, and that's a big club too. But if he moves to Chelsea, then it tells me that Bayern fumbled the bag because everyone's saying he wants to move to Bayern over Chelsea. And if he moves to Chelsea, it tells me we didn't want to pay the money. But it depends how much money it is. If Chelsea signed De Ligt and it's like 70 million, I'd want to kill myself. But if there's an option where I think we should do everything in our power to get De Ligt, unless it's like paying 120 million. Hell no. But we're not paying that much. This club is broke. Well, we're rich broke. There's a difference. There's a massive difference. Please don't spam the chat. Where are the moderators? Havertz 2.0, George. I remember this, right? I wanted Kai Havertz at Bayern. And you know what? Havertz didn't have the best first season at Chelsea. And then he's balling out. Yeah, of course, people say he can be more consistent. I agree. But it still stings, man. It still annoys me because it's like we were in for him. We were this close to signing Kai Havertz, and it just didn't happen. Why? Because Bayern just didn't want to spend the money. And also probably because Havertz wanted to go to Chelsea. Let's be real. He wanted to go to the Prem, right? The Premier is the most popular league in the world. It's competitive because everyone has money. All that oil money, man. What are you going to do with oil now? Frickin' Russia turned off their oil taps. What are we saying now, baby? Ain't no more oil. Yeah. We're in a recession, and Chelsea have 120 million to spend probably. I'm pissed. Chelsea is so good at signing flops. Kepa, 70 million. Lukaku. How are they getting money, man? Where's this money coming from? These bastards were getting liquidated 2 weeks ago. The club was about to be finished. Why are we still talking about Chelsea in 2022? There's a war, and these bastards are spending more money than they. Piss me off. Like, nah, I'm getting attached to this transfer now. So if we lose out, I'm pissed. I'm angry. I'm killing myself. Suicide rates are going up. I don't care, man. We can't lose to Chelsea twice. We have to get one up on them. Because I'm telling you, forget the Ligt, we're winning the Champions League. I don't know when, we're winning it. That's all I'm saying. We'll have one of the best defenders in the world, young for years to come. He's a Bayern fan. He wants to join. He'll take a wage cut most likely to join us. What more can we ask for? If he's willing to take a wage cut to join Bayern, we should do everything in our power to pay Juventus whatever they want. It's going to be less than 120 million because he has a release clause that's the same. And that's the same thing with every Mino Raiola client. They'll have release clauses at every club they go to, or Pini Zahavi clients. These agents are smart, man. They can predict things. They tied Juventus up because Juventus are going to be scared that Chelsea can activate it by just paying it up. And you know Chelsea would because they're just that stupid. They are that dumb. Pay 90 mil for Lukaku. He flops. And then, bro, it's the most expensive loan in history because Inter paying 90 million or 10 million, which that is so crazy to me. It's bizarre how Inter Milan finessed Chelsea like this. I mean, they ruined Chelsea's season with this prick with a bald head, Bolingoli, who has absolutely no interest in playing for Chelsea. He just upsetted the dressing room. Chelsea would have probably won more trophies if Lukaku wasn't there. TM Player of the Season? The Eredivisie Player of the Season. He won that. Wow, that's crazy. My man won those things. Footballer of the Year, 2019. And this is when Ajax had the team with De Jong. So he beat De Jong to that. Best Dutch player in history. Telling you, De Ligt is the best Dutch player in history. So anyways, Chelsea got finessed big time. So, hey, what's up? What's up then? Give Pavard a 10. Well, we can give Pavard $10 and pack his bags because we're sending him to Juve. Pavardinho can go ball out at Juventus. Interesting. There's more development. In recent decades, Hoeneß and Rummenigge used to speak to the players and convince them of a move to Bayern. Now, this role is being played by Brazo and Nagelsmann. The coach presents the sporting perspective while Brazo takes care of contractual details. This wasn't the case under previous coach Hansi Flick. The cooperation between Flick and Brazzo wasn't as smooth, and the two rarely agreed on transfer targets like Werner. Nagelsmann and Brazzo, on the one hand, have very similar ideas regarding new signings. Interesting. Wait, did Flick want Timo Werner at Bayern? L's in the chat for Hansi Flick right now. L's in the chat for Hansi, man. What were you talking about? You wanted Timo Werner, the worst player I've ever watched in my life. Timo Rata Werner, man. Timo's trash. Absolutely woeful. Nah, man. We need Gnabry. If Chelsea want Gnabry, they can buy Gnabry. We'll give him to you. If you give us, who would I take from Chelsea, man? Who would I actually realistically take? Not Callum Hudson-Odoi. God, no, we don't need that transfer link again. We don't. God forbid. You know, I'd take. God, Chelsea have so many trash bowlers, man. Maybe Kovacic. He might actually fit our midfield. He dribbles through pressure, but he's injured a lot. So, who do Chelsea have that's good? I'm not taking Jorginho. Nah, come on. He would get out. He's just too slow for the Bundesliga, which is crazy because the Bundesliga is just higher pressing. The Prem is more physical. Nah, every team's pressing your Jorginho, man. You wouldn't have time to turn. Nah, Chelsea don't have anyone I want. Maybe Reece James. Yeah, Reece James. Let's take Reece James. Yeah, give us Reece James. We'll give you Gnabry. How about that? Good deal or not? And yeah, let's see. See what happens. Yeah, see, Reece James. We don't need Mendy. We have Neuer. Neuer's going to be playing till he's 40. You can tell. And he's still world class. People just don't know. People want Neuer to do some crazy things every day. But he's still world class. Well, look, thank you everyone so much for watching this. Let me know your thoughts in the comments if you're watching the video after. Let me know your thoughts in the chat. Do you think Bayern are going to sign Ligt? I wish the moderators could do a poll right now, but I'm not sure if they can. But do you think we'll sign Ligt? It's an interesting question. Well, it depends what Bayern want to do. If Bayern really know we need a leader at the back, which we do, they're gonna make it happen. They're gonna make the deal happen, and we're gonna have Ligt on our team. If Bayern just ditch Ligt, or just say this transfer's too high, we're not signing this, they could easily do that. We'd be back to square one, wanting a defensive leader, and we'll probably rely on Pavard for one more season. But if this club is serious, they sign Ligt. That blank check to Juve, and let them write whatever they write on it. 119,999,009. Like, literally, they could do that. And it's like, well, it's not his release clause. It's just $1 less than that. It's crazy, man. The transfer market is going to hell. I mean, if you told me, 5 years ago, you'd be paying, actually, maybe 8 years ago, we'd be paying 90-something million or 80-something, because that's where it will be. They're saying, Chelsea's offering 80 million plus an additional 20 million in add-ons, which is, add-ons are a great thing because it allows you to see whether the player is profitable or not, and it weighs their transfer fee by their performances, as opposed to just paying it up front. So that's a really smart thing. Like, if Ligt wins this, best defender of the season or Bundesliga player of the season once or twice, you get this much. So it's, add-ons are a smart strategy. They really are. So Bayern could probably be like 50 million plus 30 million in add-ons, adds up to 80 million. What's up? And Juve's like, wait, an add-on for a Ballon d'Or? A defender's never winning that. Bayern would do that. We'd be the club that does that. But we'll wait and see. This club is capable of all sorts. By the way, subscribe, leave a like on the video if you haven't. Really do appreciate it. My first stream in like 2 days. There was nothing to talk about, to be honest. And also, busyness. Konrad Leimer looks like he's probably going to stay at Leipzig. Ronaldo wants to leave Man United. And now it looks like he would take a pay cut. He just wants to join Bayern so bad. He's just crying to win the Bundesliga. while participating very, very little. And you know these Ronaldo fanboys just need a new club that's stress-free. And for them, they see that as Bayern. Wait until they start supporting Bayern. They're gonna cry, man. They're gonna cry once they realize we're not perfect. Whoa, Ronaldo didn't even show up for Man United's training today. He told the club he's still dealing with personal family issues. Bruh, what the hell? You ain't got no personal family issues, boy. You are not a family man. Let's admit it. Ronaldo has 5 children or something like that, or 4, not sure which number. And he has his kids. No, he has his face on his freaking shin guards. That's nuts. That's ridiculous. Ronaldo has his face on everything, man. If it were up to him, he would have his own babies, bro. Ronaldo would give birth to his own children. He only has his wife, or not his wife, because he's not trying to give her money when they inevitably divorce. Ronaldo's the type of guy to leave his partner, the mother of his children, to get a younger woman because her hips don't work no more when he's like 60. I'm telling you, man, it's Ronaldo. We know him. We know who he is. He's that type of guy. My man does not have to deal with personal issues. He's just not showing up to Man United training because they're a Finnish club. Do you think Chelsea signs him? It looks like Chelsea's the only club that wants Ronaldo. Do you think he signs him? No, that's not what I was saying. Oh yeah, one of his kids did pass away. That's why. Well, I know he's not dealing with that issue. Okay, I know it's like, man, I forgot about that, man. So he has 4 kids. Oh, he's still gonna have his face on his shin guards, making his 26 million a year. So much money, man. So much money. This dude is 37. He's old. Why would Bayern want him? But 18 Premier League though. Shut up. Kill yourself. The Ligt will come to Chelsea. There's a lot of Chelsea fans that feel confident for no reason. Well, it's probably because the Havertz thing. They think they can do it again to Bayern. And, fool me once, shame on you. Or shame on me for getting fooled. Fool me twice, shame on me, too, for getting fooled again, which is crazy. Dang. Steven Bergwijn is going over to Ajax. Hey, ain't that crazy? Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, I didn't see that one coming. We have Gravenberch. I'm not a Chelsea fan. I'm just trolling. Well, it makes sense. I know you're not. I just thought you thought he was moving to Chelsea, which I wouldn't blame you. Bayern are the only club in the world that can F this up, man. They are the only club that can F this up. I mean, if we end up building a relationship with Pini Zahavi, or not Pini Zahavi, Mino Raiola, it's going to be so good for this club, man. Think about it. We'll have players that are the best in the world in their positions. Bayern are going to get the first say on where these players go, because if we make the Ligt world class, and, well, he's already world class, you can argue, but if we elevate him and win trophies with him, and he gets to that position in his life where he's just happy at Bayern, do you know how many Mino Raiola clients would want to go to Bayern? So many players, man. So this transfer is important. I want to see it happen. It's just personal. I was giddy from the beginning of this stream till this very point. I'm happy. This club has finally given me happiness with the players we're linked with. I mean, it's not just him. We're linked with some dude from some Diallo guy from what's the club? From Dynamo. From Ukraine. We're trying to save my man's from the war. We ain't trying to sign him. We're trying to save him from the war. I don't know who he is in that case. We're linked to that guy. We're linked to Matthijs Tal, the French guy. I'm not a fan of him. So I'm really just not a fan. I think I think there's players in our academy that can do what he does. But no, I mean, he has ability. Like, I watch the highlights, and I'm not going to pretend like I watch Rennes. But come on, man. Let's focus on positions we need. We don't need a young attacker anymore. We have Vidovic. We have Paul Weiner. We have Musiala. Vidovic can be one of the best players in the world. I'm not even kidding. This kid's feet are blessed, man. He's a magician. Like, I think he rivals Thiago for technical giftiness. Whether he'll succeed at Bayern is a different thing. But why not give him a chance in the position this Matthijs Tel guy would play? Exactly. So why we should probably focus on that. We should focus more on that. Samba Diallo. That's the Senegalese guy we're looking at. Another Sadio Mane hairline. Interesting. So, I don't know. Just confusing. So, Matthijs Tel, basically what's going on with him, there's an agreement in principle with the player. Bayern made an offer of 7 million euros fixed, plus some add-ons that could take the fee to 17 million. Tel asked Rennes for permission to leave. Rennes want more money, and he's planned for the first team. Oh, CF Bayern, so Christian Falk, who kind of gets it accurate every now and then. Sports Bild says Ligt wants to join Bayern and already told Juve about his wishes. I think we're losing one of our young players, Keenan Yedels. I'm not going to lie, I don't know who that is. We have so many. We have so many good young players because we're Bayern and we signed the best young players. And people are like, why are you taking players from other teams? Let them become great. I'm like, come on. Like, bro, you're weird. You're saying it like we're not improving these players. We have the facilities to make these players good. It looks like he's headed to Juventus, so might be a nice little switcheroo. He's an attacking midfielder. Don't know too much about him, to be honest, but I'll watch some clips later. So we lost him. So Pavard, yeah, we already talked about Pavard potentially leaving. We talked about Ronaldo wanting to join Bayern, but we don't want him. Lothar Matthijs said Ronaldo wouldn't fit Bayern's system, which I agree with. So, it's so much interest, man. A fan asked Brazo if Ronaldo is coming to Bayern, and he said no. My man, I love that. Also, Omar Richards is being desired by some British clubs, as well as Royal Antwerp. That's probably another British team, and I just said it like, oh no, it's a Belgium team. Bayern want 12 million for Omar Richards. I don't know why we'd want to sell him. He's actually a good squad player, and he's decently talented, man. So if anything, if we want him to play, let's send him on loan. There's nothing hurts to send a player on loan. Like he's grateful to be here and he's good. Man City have sent their scouts to monitor Serge Gnabry several times to see if he would fit in the Pep Guardiola's system. Wow, interesting. There's no official offers to Bayern. So basically, he don't fit anyone's system. Bayern have some young players training. Lavro Vornaric, another Croatian we signed. We got some Croatians, man. Isn't Vidovic Croatian? Hey, yo, Croatia's producing some bowlers. Some of my favorite players are Croatian. I'm realizing. Vardio is one of my favorite defenders. He's Croatian. Only reason I wouldn't sign him at Bayern is because he's left-footed and he's basically Lucas Hernandez, but Croatian. So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, dang. We have Paul Vanner in the first team training. We got Veronerik. We got Ayub Aiden, Tariq Buchman, Liam Morrison. Hey, dang, Liam's finally playing with training with the first team, right? That's cool. Hey, that's kind of nice. Liam Morrison is he Scottish or Irish? Well, he joined us a few seasons ago to be a defender and really just never. It's like he's one of those wonder kids that hasn't played yet. And I'm telling you, man, we got to get these young kids out of the Bayern 2 Academy and get them playing games at other clubs. David Harold is playing. So we got some bowlers everywhere. All right, everyone. Thank you, everyone, so much for watching. It's great. The Ligt coming to Bayern. It's happening. We're winning the Champions League with the Ligt. Mia San Mia and peace. Subscribe, leave a like, and bye.